Hello folks, I'm back. Have you missed me? Deafening silence. Anyway, I'm back. Sorry if it's been so long. Not that you give a shit, but yeah. Basically, my iPhone's broken, and I've been off directing a musical because, you know, why the fuck not? Anyway, I'm back with this little video review of the Girl on the Train, starring our very own Emily Blunt, who I'm going to give you a little bit of a fact here that you may not know, but she once got to share some screen time with this old thing, and in the Young Victoria. And I will briefly give you a little excerpt right now, of my scene with her. So brace yourselves. That was it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, The Girl on the Train is based on the huge blockbuster best-selling novel by Paula Hawkins, starring Emily Blunt and that girl who looks really like Jennifer Lawrence but isn't Jennifer Lawrence, which is confusing. Hayley Bennett, and also Luke Evans, who is one of the stars of the Hobbit films. Do you remember them? No one remembers them. So anyway, it's based. The basic outline of the story is Emily Blunt's character has a bit of a drinking problem, and commutes to and from the city of Manhattan, becomes obsessed with a very attractive couple that she keeps seeing little snippets of their life from her seat on the train. Then suddenly one day something happens, and all shit storms occur and all hell breaks loose, and suddenly she finds herself tied up in a bit of a mystery revolving around one of the central characters of the film. I won't give too much away, I know everyone's read it apart from me, so this is going to be basically a movie review rather than a book review. So anyone who's going to come at me with things about the book, lovely. I haven't read it, so good for you. Anyway, it's in the thriller genre, which is my favourite genre of film, and therefore has some big hitters to live up to. And I think ultimately, and this might well be a bit presumptuous of me, but I think that people who have read the book may well find this a little bit disappointing, only because it actually has such an interesting story arc to it. It has great setup, it has great ideas, but it just doesn't quite hit the mark. It's far from poor. It's a decent, solid enough thriller, but for me it sagged way too much in the middle. The timing and the tension were never quite there, never really quite had you gripped as much as I think it should have done or could have done. I think in the hands of someone like the master, Mr. David Fincher, or even someone like Denis Villeneuve, who directed the outstanding Prisoners and Sicario. I think sometimes giving a project like this to someone like, in this case, Tate Taylor, it just missed too many opportunities, I think. There's some decent performances in it. Emily Blunt is amazing. I mean, obviously, because she was, you know, trained by me. So she's great. Hayley Bennett is really good, once you get past the fact that it's not Jennifer Lawrence, which does take a little while. She's pretty good. Luke Evans is good. It's got good support, it's got a nice twist. It does have a fantastic last 20 minutes, which normally you'll find in the most thrillers these days, you get quite a decent level of tension being ratcheted up along the way, and then it's let down with a bit of a shoddy final act. Actually, this one's done pretty well. So all in all, it's good. It's all right. You know, it's fairly good. It just feels like there was a much better film in there somewhere. I mean, we're not talking 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, that was fucking dreadful. But then the book was fucking dreadful. Obviously, we know things like adaptations from novels, adaptations from video games, etc. do struggle sometimes on the big screen. This one is not, by any stretch of the imagination, a poor film. It's fairly decent, solid movie, and probably worth a couple of quid. So there you go. Finally, we've reached a film that I actually think you might quite enjoy. I mean, like I say, purists and people that like the book probably won't be for you, because it feels like, to me, there may well have been a much better film sitting in it. But unfortunately, we were left with this one. Or fortunately, go and see it for yourselves. Let me know what you reckon. Anyway, thanks for the support as always, and we'll be back soon with something else. Sweet. Right, see you later.